Hi, welcome back and welcome to Future Fashion Material Upgrades. Production of raw materials such as fibers and yarns play important role for sustainable design practices. From raw materials to production, through the consumer's use and disposal, there is an environmental impact at this stage based on the type of fibers in the fabric of clothing. Each stage uses energy and natural resources which can generate pollution. It's important to note that at the present there is no perfect fiber, but you have the power to select fibers that have significantly reduced negative impact on the environment. As a professional working in the fashion industry, we need to understand the transformation from linear model or circular model, where fiber plays key role in diverting textiles from disposal back into the system through the recycling, upcycling, and other innovative methods. This knowledge will make key because the industry is facing growing environmental challenges and the landscape of fashion profession is continually evolving. Fibers are generally categorized into either natural or man-made fibers. Natural fibers include plant-based or cellulose-based fibers. These are fibers that are harvested from plants and are the product of cultivated lands. Examples of plant-based fibers are cotton, linen, hemp, and jute. Also included under natural fibers are animal or protein-based fibers. These are fibers that come from animal cost or product produced by animals such as wool, silk, and down. Man-made fibers include regenerated cellulose and plant-based fibers which are both produced with chemicals to often them to use. Examples include viscose, modal, lyocell, cupra, acetate, which can be modified. Another subsection of the man-made fibers are synthetics, which are made from oil-based polymers. Examples include polymers, nylon, acrylic, polypropylene, and spandex. Most clothing produced worldwide is made from synthetics and cotton, with the most used group of synthetics. Polyester accounts from 64% of all fibers produced, making it in the most commonly used fiber in the world. Within the natural fibers, cotton reigns top, making it second most commonly used fiber in the world, representing 22% of the total fiber market. Cotton was the most world used fiber until 2002. When it was surpassed by demand by polyesters towards the end of the 1990s. Polyester was increasingly adopted as a low-cost replacement of cotton. In addition to being used more frequently, alongside cotton, fibers are as blend of the two. However, massive amount of cotton are still produced, and as of 2021, 85% of the world's cotton was classified as conventional, which means that the production doesn't take the environmental impact into consideration. As with many fibers, conventional cotton has both positive and negative attributes. When it comes to environmental impact, let's take a closer look at this fiber. Wool is the textured fiber shredded from sheep, alpaca, rabbit, which is Angora, or goat, can be cashmere or mohair. The most commonly used wool is from sheep, and there is hundreds of breeds used in the wool production. However, the most commonly used breed is merino due to the fiber's soft characteristics. There are both positive and negative environmental impacts to consider. Wool, as such, is a renewable natural fiber, so it could have been considered an environmental friendly option. Yes, unfortunately, the existence of sheep farming practices to meet the global demand has had disastrous consequences at the environment, such as like animal welfare. Another concern about the wool production is the poor treatment of the sheep. When sheep fleece is removed, which is the shredding, the shearers often hurt the animals, cutting their skin or hitting them to keep them quiet. Recycled wool is also a very sustainable option. Apart from diverting used wool garments from landfills, it saves a considerable amount of water, reduces land use for sheep grazing, and avoids the use of chemicals for dyeing. Recycled wool contributes to the reduce of the air, water, as long as soil pollution. Viscose is made from wood or bamboo pulp that is chemically produced to create a new polymer. It's not usually considered as environmental sustainable as the process uses substantial amount of chemicals to produce the fiber itself. Rayon is similar to viscose, but it's made from cellulose of plants. Another fiber is rayon. Rayon is a fiber that regenerated from cellulose, generally derived from the wood pulp. Rayon is usually made from eucalyptus trees, but any plant can be used, such as bamboo, soy, cotton, etc., to produce the fiber. The plant cellulose goes through the process, involving a lot of chemicals, energy, and water. Solvent used during the process can be very toxic to humans and to the environment. Viscose, modal, lyocell, bamboo are different types of rayon. The other substantial environmental concerns arising from rayon production is the massive deforestation involved. Thousands of hectares of rainforests are cut down each year to plant trees specifically used to make rayon. Only a very small percentage of wood has been obtained through the sustainable forestry practices. Viscose is the most common type of rayon. Viscose production involves a lot of chemicals, heavily harmful to the environment when they are realized in effluents. Polyester is the most commonly used fiber in the world and accounts for roughly half of the overall fiber market and around 64% of synthetic fibers. Virgin polyester makes 93% of all polyester production worldwide in 2021, which is a very big number. There are both positive and negative environmental impacts to consider when selecting virgin polyester. Recycled polyester, often called rPET, is made from recycled plastic bottles. It's a great way to divert plastic from landfills. The production of recycled polyester requires far fewer resources than out of new fibers and generated from carbon dioxide emission. Polyester is the most common fiber in our garments. We can find in 52% of our clothes. Polyester is a synthetic fiber derived from petroleum and non-variable fossil fuels. As we know, the transformation of crude oil into petrochemicals releases toxins into the atmosphere that are dangerous for human and ecosystem health. The production of polyester also highly energy intensive. One of the major problems with the plastic fiber is the fact that it's not biodegradable. Learn from about furthermore, each time we wash polyester garments, it releases 700,000 plastic microfibers, ending up the rivers and oceans. Then it's in our food chain, which is the microplastics. Blended yarns are created by combining fibers from different sources to produce yarn for fabrics. Garments made from blended yarns make up high proportion of those available today. Blended fibers enables manufacturers to add durability, functionality, and variety of fibers finished to garments. For example, natural fibers including cotton, jute, silk can experience visible wear or color loss through the wear and washing, but adding synthetic fiber as a blend, garments can retain the shape, be more resistant to negative properties like wrinkling, shrinking, stiffness, and peeling. So blended fibers are still okay. Recommended fibers are eco-friendly fibers, which means that their production process has a low impact on the environment and meets at least half of the below criteria. Low water needs, low energy needs, made of wastes from renewable resources, chemical controls, no GMO, which is the genetically modified organism, no soil erosion, and biodegradable. Recycled fibers, which are made with the waste material. Plant-based fibers, which are made from low environmental impacts. Animal-based fibers that produce in sustainable way. Semi-synthetic fibers, which made with low environmental impact. Let's check out recommended fibers for further together. Lyocell is a manufacturing process of rayon, which is much more eco-friendly than its relatives model and viscose. Lyocell made in a closed-loop system that recycles almost all chemicals used. Lyocell is the generic name of manufacturing process and the fiber. Tencel is the brand name of the lyocell, commercialized by the company Lenzing AG. Tencel is made from eucalyptus from PEFC certified forests. Eucalyptus trees grow quickly without the use of pesticides, fertilizers, or irrigation, just like rayon and viscose. Lyocell is 100% biodegradable. So, another sustainable fiber is orange fiber. So, orange fiber is an innovative fabric made from orange skins that comes from the juice industry wastes. Lenzing and orange fiber introduced the first Tencel branded lyocell fiber made of orange pulp and wood sources, presenting a new sustainable offer for the fashion industry. 14 July 2021, Lenzing and the Catania Lenzing Group are leading global producers of wood-based specialty fibers, is partnering with Orange Fiber, an Italian company which has patented the pulp production process for Struss by products, to produce the first ever Tencel branded lyocell fiber made of orange and wood pulp, which is very interesting. This new product aims to realize both companies' shared vision to enhance sustainability in textile and the fashion industry. The new Tencel limited edition initiative combines the imagination, innovation, and inspiration of eco-responsible textiles through reinventing Tencel branded fibers using unconventional, sustainable raw materials. 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗀 is the first fashion house to employ orange fiber fabrics. This much anticipated collaboration is born of shared passion for creative innovation and sustainable design. Another sustainable fabric is Pinatex, which is done by pineapples. Pinatex is a fiber that comes from pineapple leaves. It's considered sustainable because it uses byproducts of pineapple harvests. So there is no need for extra resources to produce it. It is used as a substitute for leather. Conventional viscose is usually not very sustainable because its production involves a lot of chemicals, heavily harmful to the environment when they are realized or released in effluents. However, we can find a few available solution options in the market which worth mentioning, such as 𝗥𝗳𝗄𝗪𝗏𝗪𝗏. Another sustainable fabric is 𝗂𝗄𝗏. 𝗂𝗄𝗏 is an artificial cellulose fiber made from linter cotton or cotton waste. In order to obtain the ready-to-weave yarn, the extracted cellulose is soaked in bath of chemical solution called 𝗙𝗪𝗏, hence the 𝗙𝗪 name. All the process is made in closed loop. The large quantities of water chemical is used in the production of 𝗂𝗄𝗏 are therefore constantly reused until they are completely exhausted. The chemicals used are free of toxic or dangerous compounds for health and environment. 𝗂𝗄𝗏 is also biodegradable, so it's considered as eco-friendly alternative to viscose. Bamberg is the biodegradable when buried. For example, in summer condition, the weight of the material decreases by 1/2 in nearly 2 months. The fiber is decomposed by a living organism, returned to the soil. Bamberg cupro shows low environmental impact even when buried, even when burned. Bamberg produces less toxic substances. So, alternative fibers and innovative textiles are updating every year to improve sustainable design industry.